Uh, I honestly did not want to talk about this because for me, this is a non topic, but all the publications out there, all the journalists out there want to talk about this. I mean, the definition of delusion is thinking Mbappe can join Chelsea Football Club. It's as simple as that.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. What do I even say about this? Obviously, you guys would have seen the latest news over the past 24 to 48 hours that Mbappe does not want to trigger the contract extension to stay at PSG. Now, this is a bit of a conundrum for PSG in the sense that this is his final season in his current contract. So they could potentially lose him on a free. Now, Mbappe is saying, I want to stay at PSG, essentially trying to give the indication I'd like to go out on a free because then I have all the suitors available. I can warrant a whole heap of signing on bonus, agent bonus, this, that, the other. But I don't want to sign the contract extension because I do want to leave. And PSG, on the other hand, are like, no. If you are thinking about leaving, then you best believe you're leaving this summer because we are not losing you on a free. So now comes the situation of all of these other suitors. Everyone's trying to link themselves to Mbappe. For me, there's only two clear-cut options, if I'm being absolutely honest. One, obviously, being Real Madrid. They've been heavily interested and they were in the brinks of getting this player a couple of seasons ago. And obviously, the public fallout and the way it all happened left a sour taste. The second suitor, I believe, is Man United. Man United, there seems to be a lot of rumors about Qatari owners potentially buying them. And if that happens, you best believe, I think the Qatari owners will probably make one of their statement signing, their first statement signing as Kylian Mbappe. And can you imagine, Kylian Mbappe being let go of PSG, Qatari owned, but eventually being bought by Qatari owners anyway. So you might have got away from PSG, but you're not getting away from Qatar. Now comes the story about Chelsea. Look, there is no hope for this. I don't know what some fans are even thinking. It's not about us not wanting him. He's an unbelievable player. Of course we want him, but this is ridiculous. The wages, the transfer money. We don't have Europe. Have we forgotten? We're not one of those clubs at the moment that is, bringing out lights left, right, and center and showcasing to him that come and join us. We're not that exciting at the moment. This is not a club for Kylian Mbappe. And the fact that there's some journalists out there trying to link us with this particular player, it's just mad. Let's have a look at the news, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, the definition of delusion is thinking Kylian Mbappe can join Chelsea Football Club. It simply cannot happen for many, many reasons. All right. This is how the day started, right? Obviously, we heard the Kylian Mbappe news yesterday in regards to how he's not going to sign the contract extension with PSG. And then today, earlier on, Martin Ziegler from Time Sport, he's a reputable journalist. For him to say this is quite mad. Premier League clubs, including Chelsea, are expected to register their interest in Kylian Mbappe after the France striker told Paris Saint-Germain that he does not want to extend his contract beyond 2024. I mean, registered the interest. Whoop-de-doo. Look, I'm going to register the interest that I like Beyonce. That don't mean I'm going to get Beyonce. I can register all the interest I want. There is no way I'm going to get her. It's much like this with Kylian Mbappe. We can register anything. We can register the fact that we want Messi maybe. Ain't going to happen. What is this whole registry business, man? Quite, to be honest, quite silly, that article. Sources have confirmed. And then obviously later on, off the back of that particular news, the real journalist, I'm not saying Martin Ziegler isn't real, but obviously in terms of transfer market, Fabrizio Romano has come into play and said sources have confirmed that Chelsea are not working on Mbappe. They are working on other things and do not intend to do crazy things. Now, this would be a crazy thing And on top of that, I don't even know if financial fair play will allow us to do this. We need to balance our books, not demolish our books further. Do you know what I mean? So, and the wages. On top of that, Mbappe runs PSG, man. Have you seen his contract? It is an unbelievable contract. He has sayings in who comes into the club, this, that, the other. He's got his wages are astronomical. It's insane. That's something that simply won't be matched at Chelsea Football Club. And the the ego this guy brings, man. I don't know how much Pochettino enjoyed working with him at PSG. I think Pochettino was overshadowed by someone like Mbappe, and Mbappe will overshadow almost everyone out there. So Chelsea Football Club is just not the right club for this magnitude of a player. He just needs to be somewhere else. Chelsea will not enter the race for Kylian Mbappe this summer, despite previous interest. This has come from Ben Jacobs as well. So off the back of what Fabrizio Romano said, Ben Jacobs has backed that. This is from DC Institute. Todd Boehly apparently talking about Mbappe. Mbappe to Chelsea, he's a talented player. No shit, Sherlock. But we are not pursuing a deal with full force at the moment. He seems to be exploring other options, and we respect his decision. Our priority lies in signing players committed to Chelsea's long-term success. That makes sense. Priorities should be in regards to long-term success, and Kylian Mbappe, let's be honest, is not going to be part of the long-term success. If he does come to Chelsea Football Club, it will have to be for a payday. And that's if we offer him something crazy, which I don't think we will. Only few clubs in the Premier League could potentially do that. And that being Man United or maybe Manchester City, or maybe even Newcastle. I just don't think Chelsea's in that position at the moment. So look, ladies and gentlemen, that's everything in regards to Mbappe. It's not going to happen. And to be honest, it shouldn't happen. It really, really shouldn't happen. Let's move on to the next topic. Brighton, ladies and gentlemen, again. Brighton will bid again for Levi Colwill, and it's a 40 million proposal. Chelsea has no plans to let him leave and sees him as a long-term project. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Excuse me about that. Look, I don't understand what Brighton don't get. How many times do we have to tell Brighton that Levi Colwill is not up for sale? And this is the reason I don't want to deal with Brighton anymore, man. I really don't. And it seems like Arsenal are going after Caicedo as well. I'm not really certain whether we're going to land Caicedo 100%. And to be honest, I don't care anymore. I've said it a few videos ago that I'm fed up. I'm fed up dealing with Brighton Football Club. I really am. They're gonna have they'll break our back for Caicedo. They will ask for something ridiculous in the north of 80 million. And on top of that, they seem to be still going after Levi Colwill, which is so annoying after we've repeatedly told him he's not for sale. It makes me think, has the player said anything? And apparently the inside knowledge from the players' camp is that no, he hasn't. He wants to be at Chelsea Football Club. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, Brighton, why are you trying to unsettle this situation? We don't want Caicedo if this is the case. Like, if you're going to persist on this, then screw you. I don't get it. I don't know how much more clearer we can be to Brighton that just stop chasing this player. Yes, we're after Caicedo. You're a selling club, but Brighton, this is the thing. They're treating us like a dog. They're treating us like we are the selling club. I know we're selling quite a lot of players. I understand that, but our reputation isn't to sell top talents. Brighton's reputation is to sell top talents. Very, very frustrated and very, very annoyed by Brighton, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, Al Hilal tried to convince Lukaku in a meeting yesterday. Yearly wages of 71.4 million was mentioned, but his priority is Inter Milan. So this seems to be the case at the moment, that Saudis out there are trying to convince him, but he wants to stick around at Inter Milan. I don't know, man. Like, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one completely. In one hand, I do feel like he wants to stick around in Inter Milan. On the other hand, I'm like, why would you want to disregard the money from Saudi Arabia? Um, you should really think about that. I mean, what can you do more in Inter Milan? It's not like Inter's going to do any more damage in Europe. Look, they made it to the final, but let's be honest, if there was another quality team on that side, Inter shouldn't have gone as far as they have. If there was Bayern that side or Real Madrid that side, you best believe Inter wouldn't have gone through. And in Serie A, obviously Napoli won. They're going to lose a lot of players. Inter Milan, I don't know why. And Lukaku, like surely the Inter fans would not be completely appreciative of Lukaku either. So look, I wouldn't disregard the Saudi situation as yet, but looks like at the moment the conversation is that he wants to stick around in Inter Milan. Inter are willing to pay another 7 million. So this is where a lot of contradictions come in regards to Romelu Lukaku. There's Nizar Cancela saying one thing, and Nizar obviously has been a bit shady in the past couple of seasons. Inter are unwilling to pay another 7 million to take Romelu Lukaku's on loan, having already successfully encouraged him to forego half of his 325,000 a week wages. Inter have sounded out Aubameyang as an alternative ahead of the meeting should talks for Lukaku collapse. So look, of course, Aubameyang is up for grabs as well, so that's not too far-fetched. I tend to believe to a certain degree that I'm not sure about Inter Milan not willing to have him for a loan. I think Inter would like him to take him on a loan because they paid us peanuts for last loan, something around 7 million or something like that, something ridiculously low. And they managed to convince Romelu Lukaku to forgo part of his wages. So they would like to do something like that again. But from a Chelsea point of view, I don't think that makes sense anymore, man. Like, I'm not sure who's paying the wages. Maybe we're not paying the wages for Lukaku. And, this is what I heard last time around, that we're not paying the wages anymore. Inter's paying half of it, and the other half, Romelu Lukaku has foregone that wage. I'm not sure what's going to be the situation again this time around. I think from a Chelsea point of view, we are looking to get a permanent solution for Romelu Lukaku as opposed to another loan and a paltry loan sum on that. So, look, for me, this is why Saudi Arabia is prudent. If we can push Romelu Lukaku to the Saudis, I think that is the best opportunity for us where we can make quite a bit of money in the transfer fee as well. And then we can perhaps even give Aubameyang to Inter Milan, just to sweeten the situation with Onana down the track. So there is still hope of doing all of that. I think the best solution would be Romelu Lukaku to Saudi Arabia. Inter Milan are hoping for a further loan deal for Romelu Lukaku. This makes sense. So this is where I'm like, Nizar, I don't think you know what you're talking about, to be honest, over here. Aubameyang, yeah, that's probably a shout, but Romelu Lukaku, Inter unwilling to pay another 7 million. I don't think that is true because L'Equipe is saying Inter are hoping for a further loan deal for Romelu Lukaku. It makes sense. Inter would want to get Romelu Lukaku for another loan. Cheap option. And if they can manage to convince him to forgo his wages again, perfect. And this is where Lukaku needs to think. Am I being stupid? Giving away my wages when Saudi Arabia is out there wanting to give him a lot of money. Romelu Lukaku has initially expressed a reluctance to move to Saudi Arabia. He earns around 11 million a year at Chelsea, and his preference is to play at the highest level. Look, Romelu Lukaku, what you got to like? You want to play at the highest level. To be honest, you're not gonna be playing at the highest level if you're Inter Milan. Like, Serie A is not a hugely lucrative league anymore. Number one, and Inter Milan, they're gonna lose a lot of players. How competitive they're going to be against the other Serie A clubs, I don't know. And in Europe, you just got lucky. You won't get lucky like this again next season. Simple as. So playing at the highest level, you might as well start earning a lot more money at Saudi Arabia, man. if I'm being absolutely honest. Inter Milan hold an interest in Trevor Chalobah. They're expected to push hard for Chalobah, with the Italians thinking their formation and way of playing suit him. It remains to be seen what Chalobah wants to do, as he hopes to challenge for a place in England's squad for the European Championships next year. Look, if he wants to make it to Euros next year, he has to leave Chelsea. I don't want him to go, because I'd rather have Koulibaly move to Inter Milan. Apparently, Koulibaly is the priority signing for Inter Milan. That would leave us with Silva, Wesley Fofana, Buddy Shield, Levi Colwill, and Chalobah. So that's 5, and that's perfect. So I don't want to lose Chalobah. I'd rather lose Koulibaly. But if he does have aspirations to make it to Euros, staying at Chelsea Football Club, you're just not going to see enough game time, man. You just won't, in my opinion. So if there is a move available at Inter Milan, and if we look, for me, we must get Onana now. We must. Whatever we need to do, we just simply need to land Onana. If that means getting rid of Chalobah to over there, or Koulibaly to over there, or Ruben Loftus-Cheek, or whoever else, let's just do it. Let's just get it done. As I said, Thiago Silva is not going to be around always. So someone like Chalobah could down the track be potentially very good for us. I still think his skill set is very good. He's a decent enough defender. In fact, he's more than decent enough defender. He's just obviously not getting enough game time, shows at times his inconsistencies in performances. But overall, I've seen what he's capable of doing at his best. So look, but at the same time, if you do pursue to play, want to make the European Championship next year for England, you may need to leave Chelsea Football Club, and maybe Inter Milan is the destination that will give you a lot more game time, and hopefully that will also help us get Onana. Chelsea want a goalkeeper highly skilled in distribution. Onana is high on the list of targets. Menyon also there, club monitoring Raya and Melia. Look, Melia, I don't know why his name is there. David Raya, I think there's more rumors about him going towards Tottenham, or even now Man United's coming into the frame. Mike Menyon, I'll show you guys the news very soon. He looks like he's not interested to join Chelsea. It's Onana. It is all about Andre Onana. We need to get this brother. We have to get this brother. For me, this is a very, very good signing, a top signing, and a big piece in building up that spine for Chelsea Football Club down the track. So, look, give them Mendy. We've not even talked about Mendy. Mendy is possibly someone that Inter Milan could fancy. Mike Menyon was approached by Chelsea, but he's not interested in joining them. This is from Santi Ayuna. Probably believable, and he's going to cost a lot more money than Andre Onana. So, look, we can probably forget about Mike Menyon. He was my number one preference, but now it is well and truly Andre Onana. Now, my Habibi, Hakim Ziyech. I'm not surprised about this one bit. I was hoping that Saudi Arabia will be knocking on the door very soon. Hakim Ziyech has been the subject of an approach from Saudi Arabia's Big Four. They are also tracking Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Once again, this news is not far-fetched. I know it's coming from Nizar Kinsella, but this one does not seem far-fetched. I guess we need to filter what seems far-fetched, what doesn't seem far-fetched. This, to me, it can happen. Ziyech, I'm pretty sure he's 30 now, or maybe more than 30. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is probably, close to 34 or something like that. These guys will be looking for a payday. And what better place to get a payday than Saudi Arabia? So I was surprised that I haven't heard any rumors about Hakim Ziyech in recent times, and I was getting worried, like, is he going to stick around and whatnot? Look, you know me. I love Hakim Ziyech, but I think he needs to move on from Chelsea Football Club. And once again, Saudi Arabia, what a destination that would be. Perfect destination. Make that money and play in the Saudi League. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we obviously got the here we go for N'Golo Kante last week, and now it looks like the documents are signed. He's gone, end of an era with N'Golo Kante at Chelsea Football Club. And yeah, I'm glad, man. I'm glad he's going to get the opportunity to make a lot of money, and I thank him for his services. Legend of the football club. Sad that we didn't get to give him a proper send-off. Sad we never had a banner for him. But I will never forget all the all the achievements he had at Chelsea Football Club, everything that he's given to Chelsea Football Club. Documents are being signed today for N'Golo Kante to Al Ittihad, as revealed last week, done and sealed soon. Kante's salary will be around 100 million euros. First part of medical test already completed. Thank God it's completed. I always get worried about N'Golo Kante. Is he going to pass the medical with all the injuries that he has? Here we go, confirmed. End of an era at Chelsea. I will probably buy an Al Ittihad jersey. I'm not even going to lie. It looks very nice. I might buy quite a lot of these Saudi jerseys next season because I want to do a lot of watch-alongs. I want to go to Saudi Arabia, watch the Saudi League, watch these players. Benzema and N'Golo Kante to Al Ittihad. Yeah, it's going to be a nice team to follow. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed everything we've talked about. Let me know about Mbappe. Let me know about Romelu Lukaku. Let me know about a whole heap of players that want to go to Saudi Arabia. It is absolutely popping off. I shall see you guys for a live stream tomorrow, early on, UK time. Subscribe if you're here for the first time. And I shall see you guys tomorrow. Until then, see ya.